Good afternoon and welcome to Omnibros Live on a Sunday. It's the best day of the week because it's football, but my team has a bye. So I'm all sad and bored, except for the show. Okay, so I just wrote that song and it's going to be a big, big hit.
I'm so glad that we're your second place.
Actually, you're my first place. This is my favorite thing to do is Omnibros Live. It is absolutely my favorite thing to do because I can never lose. My football team can lose, but I can't lose on Omnibros Live.
Nice.
I always win. Always win. Ooh, and there's Chat Omnidog on a Sunday. I didn't think we were going to see him.
Double win.
Wow.
Double win, yeah. So we have news that I didn't think we would have, but we do have news. We have a little bit of news that's exciting. And yeah, let me make one thing clear to El Denver. Chat Omnidog has your answer, El Denver, to your question. Here's the question everybody's been wondering. Sorry?
Life advice?
No, it's wondering where the Diet Coke weasel thing came from.
That's good life advice. That's good life advice, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Chat Omnidog summed it up nicely. Before we start, let's talk about ist.com, instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Every quarter there's a live, what? No, there's an Omnibros Live discount code. And if you're in the United States, you can get free shipping if you order $50 or more, which is an amazing savings. If you order like a huge box of books like I just did, I got free shipping on that. That was about $50 worth of shipping on that mamacita of a books I got. Fabulous customer service. I'd like to reiterate fabulous customer service and fabulous packaging. That's instocktrades.com. Okay.
I'm familiar with that. I can't place it.
Well, it was a song, but it was also adapted to a daytime show back in the 60s.
Was it a game show? That sounds like
yes, close. It was a game show. Let's see. Let me get that. Spanish Flea. Yes, it's Spanish Flea, but it was adapted to a game show.
It has to be Let's Make a Deal.
No, you're in the ballpark. It was right around that time.
Is it the Pyramid Game?
No. You mean life? You mean every job we have?
Pyramid Game. That's a good guess. I do have some facial hair there, Matthew. It's growing.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been back since you shaved.
Yeah, you weren't here Monday, and it was a week ago. It was... Oh, Endman 40, just as I was about to say it. Good job. The dating game.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys familiar with that dating game?
I know, but I don't remember the theme song.
Yeah, 3 girls or 3 guys would be separated where the bachelor or bachelorette couldn't see, and he'd ask them questions and they would answer. And the girls or the guys would answer that guy's questions, and he would pick blindly, but they're always pretty girls or handsome guys, and so whoever he picked, he always got lucky. I mean, I don't know if he got lucky, but I don't know if he got lucky, but he got a good girl. He got a pretty girl, or she got a handsome guy. So Jim Lang was the host of that show. Jim Lang. And there's Lou.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, Lou. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. It's another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise. You know what I think you need? I think you need a hoop earring.
Why do I need a hoop earring?
And an eye patch?
An eye eye patch.
And a parrot.
And a parrot.
I watched the Monday show and I was really surprised because it honestly looked like Jess, you just took an eraser to your face. Do you remember?
Go ahead.
Do you remember those toys with like the pencil, with like the metal shavings, where you could take the rod and you put it on? It looks like they did that to you.
It was traumatic. My wife was not happy. She was happy giving me the makeup and everything, but she was like, "Grow that back immediately."
Well, the girl that I'm seeing is like, you are 10 times hotter with the beard than without it. Oh my God.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say you were hotter looking the way you did on the show.
No,
But that's a fact.
no.
That's a fact.
I mean, that might be true. You never know.
Yeah.
I had to question my sexual preference for a little bit there.
Whoa. True confessions.
Wow.
So yeah, for with the dating game, that's if anybody out there remembers Singled Out. That was the dating game was singled out for your parents in the 1960s. So think about how kind of stale and boiled down white bread it was then. So it just singled out, but for your parents.
Singled Out? Was that a show?
That was on MTV. That's where where the world was introduced to the national treasure that is Jenny McCarthy.
Oh.
She is.
Okay.
Outside of her views on autism, she's pretty damn hot, and I like her.
I think she's reversed her. I'm positive she's reversed her views on autism.
No, I haven't heard that. I have to look that up then.
What did she
Yeah.
say?
She was an anti-vaxxer for a long time, but I think she's totally reversed that when she was with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, she was basically the one, without her spreading that information, that would have been part of the norm that it is now. There being an anti-vaccine crisis. It was started by her.
Yeah. So let's see. Where are we?
I don't know. We're all over the place. Do we talk about comic books on this show at all, or it's only been 7 minutes. It felt like it's been like 20 minutes of us just bantering.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sure
I want to give a shout out to Tim because he picked up Unnatural after hearing me talk about it, and that is awesome.
On what now?
Unnatural.
Oh, is that a manga?
That's a comic book.
Is that that's the furry book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the book that if Miss Piggy was a cam girl.
Yeah. And shout out to Tim for picking out an excellent profile picture. If you can highlight it.
Tim?
It's at the 3-minute mark.
I gotta go ways back for that. Just a sec.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on today.
Yeah, Tim Klein. Oh, brother. Yeah, I saw that one. I don't even know. I've got my orange shirt on, so that must be the Halloween show.
I love it.
What am I doing there?
Oh, you were.
It looks like somebody just told you. Yeah, it looks like you're on a game show and somebody just told you that you lost and now you have to sell your collection at the low cover.
That's the Halloween show because I have my orange shirt on. I can't imagine. I'm looking. I don't know what
his face when I told him that the Alan Moore Providence box set has gotten FOMO hype.
I'm looking up at my bookshelf, going,
Oh man,
that's funny.
But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a handful of people in there chatting it up. What we got? Like, over 50 folks in the chat today. So thanks to all the viewers and everybody right now. So
yeah, thank you.
Thanks for showing up on a Sunday and not watching football.
Heck yeah, nice.
Just aren't the Rams? They're moving out to LA, right? Or they have moved back to LA?
They have moved back to LA. They moved back in 2016.
Crazy. I guess they're building a new stadium for them or something.
They're building a monster stadium for them and the Chargers. The Chargers, who are in like a community college football stadium and barely getting 15,000 people to their games. They should move back to San Diego where they were selling out stadiums. And I notice we've talked about it as a furry comic book so far.
Anthropomorphic animals, not birds. Just saying.
Here's a real question, but I don't know that we have a. I don't know that we have it. Has anybody seen the Snyder Batman book yet? This is what he's talking about.
Gabe,
Have you seen it, Gabe?
I've seen it, but I haven't opened it up to look at the binding. It's glued.
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be disappointing.
I'd be really surprised at that. If it's glued, I'd be disappointed. That's my opinion on it.
That doesn't sound good, especially
No.
with a big book.
Yeah, it's like what 1,400 pages or something.
That's a big book.
That's a bad sign.
It's 1,000+ pages for sure. And
Maybe
yeah,
they're-
you can't do glue binding
they're
on that.
probably
Come on, DC.
They probably cut on cost by gluing it.
That's a bad sign.
That's a bad thing to cut back on a book that large. Glue binding is not for massive omnis.
Okay,
And that's
Joe
a
Chip
huge
wants some props. Shout out to myself for watching the show. Whoa.
All right.
Yay, you.
It
Good
is
job.
glued. Yeah.
And Chris M saying it's super tight.
Oh no.
Super tight and glued. I think I'm going to stick to my standard size books.
It lays flat with major gutter. That is disappointing for such an anticipated book too.
Here's Chat
But
Omnidog.
they're arguably like their most popular series in the last 10 years.
Easily.
In that run. Yes.
Easily. So much so that I honestly think Tom King's run is in its shadow.
I agree.
So they added both methods? It's sewed and glued?
Both Batman and Lucifer have super tight binding from the picks. Well, I ordered Lucifer, so I will be able to tell you as soon as I get it.
I'm good with my trades then for Batman.
Yeah, me too. I'm fine with my standard HCs.
Digital.
I've
Never
sold
too tight with your digital.
I sold like 5 copies of that book in the store.
Of Batman?
Yeah, a Batman.
Damn.
Nice.
That is not a cheap book either.
Nope, it's 150, right? Yeah, I think it's 150.
What it is?
Yeah.
I want to say that. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but
Oh, here's Nash Villains. Nash Villains. What's
Yeah,
the
he
story
has
on the
it.
binding?
yeah, he did some great
Yeah, he did.
photo bait pictures. He does it all the time. So shout out to him.
Nash
Really
Villains. What's
good
the
help.
story on the binding? Glued, sewn, both? What's up with that? Let's wait to see if he responds to that. He's a pretty fast typist.
He says super tight binding.
Super tight.
Sewn, but with a load of glue. Oh, that's gonna fall apart.
That's weird.
I'm looking it up on Diamond right now because I wanted to see how many pages there was, and it's already back ordered. Back ordered stock. I'm not throwing out that it's like out of print, but Diamond no longer has copies of it for right now.
I don't think that's gonna hold.
So stores that sell out, like myself, it's going to take me a few extra weeks or more to try to get more copies in. Same with the ISP. If they run out, there won't be any for a while.
I'm not an expert in binding, but why would they, if it's sewn, why would they glue it too? I mean, sewn is sewn. Wouldn't you just leave it alone? Thank you for the rhyme there.
It's 1,152 pages.
I loved it. I loved it.
You're a poet and didn't
Beautiful.
even know it.
Oh,
So yeah, I don't know if you guys heard, but I said it's 1,152 pages. So it's pretty big beast, and it's 125.
125. Okay.
does that collect the one shot as well? Because there were a few one shot issues, like the Doctor the Freeze one.
It's the first 33 issues and annuals 1 and 2.
So
Okay,
it's
that's good
not
they put in
the
the
whole thing.
annuals.
But it's not the full thing.
No, it's not. That's half. So there's
Okay.
probably going to be a volume 2 where they stick it together with bubble gum.
I think they should have done like an Aquaman size book, like the Jeff Johns Omnibus, which is tiny compared to that behemoth. It would have been a lot better, and it would still sell because it's freaking Batman, and people love that character.
I've been saying this for a while. Larger books are a burden. They're not cool. Cut it down a little bit. These omnis.
Yeah.
and make it a more reasonable size where you can hold it. Sure, 1,100 pages. It sounds impressive, and big books are cool on your shelf, but the actual practicality behind it is lost because you cannot hold those things in your lap and read it.
You remember the Doom Patrol omnibus?
Yeah, or fucking Invincibles. Or
Invincibles.
Invisibles. Excuse me. Yeah, Invisibles was like the first massive omnibus that came out.
Infinite Crisis, that's a beast to read.
Yeah.
Batman Eternal is as big as I want to get. That's not too big for me to read.
Yeah.
But Infinite Crisis is a pain in the butt to read.
I have a first print Gotham Central, and that thing's a fucking thick bitch.
That
too.
that is a big one to read too.
I like Chris M's mindset. I buy nothing you can't read in bed or on the crapper.
Well, you're stuck with trade paperbacks then.
Man, I've come to enjoy manga even more now that I could put them in the bathroom.
What is the latest manga you are reading?
Let me see. Spoilers for next week.
Or
Or for tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, for tomorrow. Yeah, just give us the name. You don't have to tell us what it's.
I'm still doing around One Piece. I'll show you guys the haul.
Still
tomorrow.
doing One
Yeah.
Piece. Okay.
Nice.
That's a great book. That is so much fun. I'm not sure if I can enjoy the manga because I'm sorry, the manga. I don't know if I can enjoy the anime because I can see it being the type that I don't like, where it's a lot of high pitched screaming and like bolstering and like baby crying laughs and that kind of stuff. But
Luffy is the Mickey Mouse of Japan. Like, he is everywhere. One Piece is everywhere in Japan.
Wow.
If you want to see like highlights of the anime, there are like TV specials that cover most of the important arcs that I can link to you.
Yeah. Do that in the chat, dude. I'll check it out. Yeah, it sounds cool.
Here's a compliment to Gabe.
Wait, I wasn't looking.
Nice.
I'm reading Berserk because of Gabe. That's awesome.
Also, I saw
the Collector. What do you think about it? What do you like? You liking it? What's up?
The Collector had a great video of him dressed up as Batman, having fun with his kids in his school all day on Halloween. It was a great video. A couple of great videos. I really got a kick out of it. That was on Facebook, not the page. Yeah, because I friend so many people because of Crypto's Den, and then they don't unfriend me. Although I like having The Collector as a friend, let me say. But my Facebook is filled with all these people I don't even know. But The Collector is one of the people I do know and like, so I like having his videos. But then I get, Joe Bag of Donuts from Cryptopolis, and I'm like, how do I know this person?
Joe Bag of Donut. That is awesome. Copyright Gabe Infinity Watch Incorporated LLC.
That's exactly the reason why I just don't add. Like, people add me all the time from like the group and stuff like that, and from YouTube, and I'm like, I don't know you. I'm not gonna add you in real life.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. Don't add us on Facebook. Me and Luis are the same way.
Yeah,
it's just Facebook's a little too personal, and I'm not sharing stuff with everybody.
Yeah. I don't even have Ryley as a friend on Facebook.
Oh, you don't?
No, I've never added him. I always forget.
Wow. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, Kirby's Fourth World Bronze Age. That is a little too big.
Well,
I'll have to read that in small chunks.
Are they redoing that in absolutes? The Fourth World's getting absolutes.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of absolutes, can we talk about Swamp Thing Absolute?
It's not coming out.
It's already out, you nerd.
All right, so the thing got recolored, and everybody's throwing a fit.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
And we have pictures, right?
How bad?
Do we have pictures?
You want me to share my screen?
Yeah.
How bad is it?
It's good.
I think
it's good.
Technical point first.
Okay, so this isn't a Neil Adams situation.
No.
Can you see that picture?
Yep, we got it right there. That's
Right.
the original, right?
So that's the original.
No wonder it doesn't look bad.
Okay, so you can see all Swamp Thing right there is all green.
Yeah.
The wreck of the ship is all just about all purple. Look at the skeleton here. He's all gray. We've got no shading whatsoever here.
Okay.
Tree, same color, basically. You got a little shading going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
feel
Just notice the solidity. It's vibrant colors, but it's very solid colors.
I feel like you're setting me up for disappointment.
No, I'm not. I'm saying.
I kind of like the older colors better, to be honest.
Okay.
In a purist sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the Bronze Age coloring with the coloring palette and the coloring process back then, and the printing was still a little.
Oh, that's good.
It was still early in its early stages compared to how we do it today with coloring and computers and whatnot. So that limited palette that they had then, where it wasn't quite 4-color, I think they might have found a 5th color by this point. But it kind of really makes the art, I think.
Okay.
But I know the new stuff looks really good too. It looks more updated, and I do like the inking style that they use for it. You can see the detail that you can see that's a dead person there.
Okay, so burn this into your brain because now we're going to show you the new stuff.
Oh, I thought you showed both already. Whoops.
Whoa.
Now,
big difference.
Now you can see all the shading on everything.
I don't know if I like it.
Ah, okay. I kind of like it because you can see the shading on Swampy's body. It looks dark and ominous. The fog in the background, the fog, you can really see it well on the ground, and the skeleton's different colors. The trees are different colors now. They're shaded. The ship is shaded really decently.
Yeah, now I can see that of the ship. I thought it was rubber.
I don't know if I like it.
We can flip back and forth.
I don't hate it, but I don't know if I like. I mean, I don't know. I guess I've reread that run so many times.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it. I think for me, the Bronze Age palette. Go back to the.
There's the new.
Okay, yeah, that's the new.
And there's the old.
For me, the old just kind of lends to kind of the creepiness of the book, maybe.
Really, because I think the new, I think makes it more dark and ominous.
I don't know.
Look at that.
And that panel alone, just for me, it's too bright. Like if you go back to if you go back to the other one, like the use of dark, like the darkness and the shading and the trees, it lends to the tone of it, I think. And I think it's taken away a bit from, I don't know, maybe I'm just shooting the shit. I think
it's a personal preference thing. This is not, you get to keep the old books if you like the old coloring like that. I'll keep my old books if I want to keep that coloring, or if you want the new coloring, you can get the absolute.
It kind of honestly looks like an Eric Powell book, how Eric Powell does his coloring. I can
see that. I can see that. Yeah, very bright but dark.
Yeah, it looks like what Eric Powell does with the Goon.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. I just prefer the old version more.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
So when this is coming out, oh my gosh, we're in November already. That's coming out not this week, but 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I think the original is stylized and gives it sort of that moody atmosphere, whereas this one is more realistic looking, and it sort of loses its charm for me. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a little conflicted. I like both, actually, but I don't know. I mean, I would rather keep the original, just retouch it just a little bit instead, because you can see right here at the trunk there of the tree, if I zoom in with the other one, you can sort of see the differences. And if you would have just fixed like the lines to the sides of each of the trees and stuff, where it doesn't, the blue color doesn't bleed over into the background, that would have been fine. But instead, you're fixing that and you're recoloring everything to a more realistic tone. I don't know. I think it loses a little bit of its charm with it being such a Southern Gothic story horror thing.
Yeah, this for me, it comes down to personal preference. It's not a complete disaster like the Neil Adams stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the fact is you can't get the Neil Adams stuff yet in its original form. You will be eventually, but you can't yet. This stuff you can still get. I'm sure you can get it once the absolutes come out. You'll be able to get I know you can get the books, the original books now. People are selling them on the Omnibus page, and you should be able to get them for cheap on eBay. So if you prefer the old colors, you can get them cheap on eBay. So at least you have the choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally prefer the original coloring because it doesn't lend itself to the ominous tone that I think of when I think of the book. But then again, I've read this run so many times, so there might be, there probably is a bias there towards me first reading it. But I will say, I don't think it's a total disappointment. But go back. Let me see. Keep going back and forth. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I just think tonally it fits a little bit more with that Southern Gothic feel that I think of Swamp Thing. For me, the new coloring is just a bit too punchy and too bright. And somebody somebody mentioned in the chat that it'll bring in newer audiences and stuff like that, and that's good and fine. But the Bronze Age had a look to it that it's central to that time and period.
That's a good point.
Them trying to kind of clean it up for a modern audience, I don't know, it kind of takes away a little bit from it.
That is a modern look right there.
This is a Bronze Age book. At the end of the day, it's a Bronze Age book, and that time period, like the Silver Age and like the Golden Age, there's a set tone and look to it, and for them to try to recolor it and make it go, oh, but we colored it in for people because it looks more modern now. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel with that. I'm not well with that.
If I see the original, I'll know it's from the Bronze Age. And if I see this, without knowing it's the absolute Alan Moore Swamp Thing, I would think, oh, this is New 52 Swamp Thing. I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
Because of the coloring.
Yeah.
Like, I know this is emblematic, the original, but when I see this, I think, oh, it's modern Swampy. It's New 52, Charles Soule, Scott Snyder, or whatever. I don't know.
And plus, again, with the coloring back then, it was designed, the artists and everybody went to work on this to make it look the way that looks because of the coloring, because they couldn't do certain effects. They couldn't show certain things in certain ways because of the coloring. So I think a lot of the artistic elements of the book was based around the coloring.
I'm happy that people, because this stuff was out of print for a while, so I'm really happy that people will be able to actually go back and read this stuff and like actually enjoy it, because it is a modern. I mean, it is a classic run, hands down, one of the best, if not the best takes on the character that's ever been done. And I'm happy that people get a chance to actually go back and check this out. I just wish they wouldn't fuck with it so much.
I've never read this before, and this is my first jump into it. And I think, same like what Gio said, if I didn't know any of this already, I would think that this would be a more modern book.
Okay, I'm kind of getting seasick from the going back and forth. let's take it down.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's my cerebrum or whatever it is, my pineal gland or something that's reacting.
Just do it faster.
And I always wonder, since it has been out of print for so long, because I was a reader of Bronze Age Swamp Thing before Alan Moore came onto it, and this was so radical, such a radical change, that I hope people get why it's so fantastic and why it was such a radical departure for comic books in general. And now every time I look at my shelves now, I'm afraid somebody's going to screen capture me and use me as their avatar. I'm looking at my Swamp Thing books. It was such a radical departure for comics in general, what Moore did. Because Swamp Thing was a super interesting character, but this was just a major jump forward for the character. I hope when Gabe reads it, I mean, I understand Gabe's like a pro at reading comics, so he'll understand what Moore's doing. But I hope that just the regular comic reader can understand just how radical a change this was. And maybe I'm not giving comic book readers in general enough credit.
They don't deserve it.
If that they can understand just what a departure from regular comics that run is and was, and how it should be able to how it still stands up today like it did back then.
Mm-hmm. No, it was very ahead of its time. It tackles a lot of different issues, and not only that, more because originally Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein, when they started it, it was a pretty straightforward horror story.
Mm-hmm.
Or took it to another level where you're thinking, oh, this character, it's pretty well established, and he goes, no, what you thought was going on is not even close to what's actually going on in terms of the character and in terms of scope and in terms of what actually happened to Alec Holland, because you think it's one thing and then more just in one issue completely undoes the entirety of what you thought that character was for the past, I think it was, more came on in issue 18, I want to say. 18, 20, he came on pretty early on, and he wiped away almost everything that they had done before.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. No, it's a classic run. It's good stuff. And it's the whole reason we got Vertigo. That was the book that they decided to start with Vertigo.
I think it was a lot later than 18. I'm thinking that it started.
It was 22, maybe?
30,
I mean, 30? I got the Swamp Thing Bronze Age Omnibus, and it's that thick. So I feel like it was almost in the 30s.
Was it at 35 or 34, something like that?
I feel like it was 33, but I don't know. Somebody in the chat can look it up for us and tell us.
It was issue 20.
It was issue 20?
Mm-hmm. That's what Fenner's saying.
Well, kill me.
No, come on.
Joe Strip knows what's up with you, Jess.
I know. I see that.
He was calling you out.
Swamp Thing.
Okay, so good analysis of Swamp Thing. Good job, Gio, on the screen share there.
Yay.
Very good. And I like to say compliments on your voice today. We can all hear you.
Oh, yeah.
What time is it over there now, Gio? How does it work for your daylight savings?
It's just an hour ahead of Eastern Standard Time, so it's 1:34 right now.
Thank you, Mr. Awesome. I wore this first sweater of the season. I had a sweatshirt on before, but I got a nice sweater on. I'm happy to say the shirt and sweater both fit, whereas a year ago, they did not.
Nice.
Nice. Good job, man. Keep it up.
Thank you. You too.
Do you remember the not the animated series, the video game? Swamp Thing had a video game.
Oh God, no.
No.
Yeah.
No, wait. I've never played it, but I know it's out there. I've seen pictures.
It was for the NES and the Game Boy back in '92. I was playing.
That thing sucked.
That's something for Gabe to collect now.
It was terrible, but it's so much fun to have that to play at that game for the Nintendo. That was really fun.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worse, that game or the GameCube Aquaman that Gio wanted so bad.
I still need it. I still want it for the collection. It's
terrible. That's a thing?
Yeah. What was it called again? Battle for Atlantis, I think. Something like that.
Oh, damn.
GameCube. It's one of the worst video games. Battle for Atlantis. There you go.
The worst video game ever was Superman for the N64.
Superman 64? Yeah. That was pretty bad too.
Well, E.T.'s up there.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not like E.T. where they had to bury all of it into a landfill.
I love that they discovered it again.
Yeah, that's cool. I almost want one, but I'm like, why do I want trash in my house? Literal trash, resurrected from its clutches of the earth.
Yeah. No, I hate E.T. The game and the character.
You don't like the movie?
No,
Of course he doesn't like the movie.
don't.
Oh my god!
I don't. I find him creepy as hell. I don't like that dude.
Oh my god!
He's terrible.
I can see that. Yeah, he kind of scared me as a kid.
You would have shot E.T. in the backyard.
Yeah, probably. If I see that thing coming at me at the middle of the night, I will poop my pants. No,
I would just love, because he's got such a long neck, I would just love to just clothesline him just hard one day.
He definitely scared my daughter when she was little.
He'd probably spin around my arm like in a cartoon a few times.
Oh, that would be hilarious. But the movie's good. The movie is it's a classic movie, but I just don't like the alien in it.
That's the first time we ever saw a nutsack on a movie.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a nutsack.
Yep. E.T. is a creepy talking tadpole. Thank you. The chat gets it. He's awful.
You have no heart, Gio.
I know, probably.
What happened to you, Gio?
It takes a lot of abuse to become that gentle. I know what's going on.
Oh man, but the Swamp Thing video game, which is what I was talking about, it's so cheesy but really good. If anybody has the opportunity to play it, it's on the NES or the Game Boy. It's terrible, but I love it.
Chat Omnidog says, "Who hurt you, Gio?" So, what's your favorite Spielberg movie then, Gio?
Jurassic Park.
Good choice.
I can see that every single day, and I won't get tired of it.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Jurassic Park? Wait, get off the show.
He doesn't like dinosaurs. We talked about it.
Yeah, I don't like dinosaurs.
Oh, we did talk about this. I mean,
we talked about this.
About you living with dinosaurs.
Yeah. I am a dinosaur.
I think, but keep in mind, the point of Jurassic Park is the monstrosity that people can make, creating these creatures, and they're technically not dinosaurs; they're mutated lizards, so or whatever you want to call them. But it's a classic. I love that movie.
Well, it's like that line in the movie that Jeff Goldblum says, where he basically talks about this kid, you could do it. Did you think that you should do this? And that became a whole, that's the legitimate, like, pondering question about that entire movie is if we had the power to bring back dinosaurs, should we?
Yeah.
And then it just runs amok because, they can't live on this planet anymore.
My Jaws. I love Jaws. Jaws is my favorite Spielberg.
Ooh, yes.
Like that was great.
Like it does these.
I did like Turok. Hoonverse review. Yeah, I did like Turok. Your name is making me sneeze. Hoonverse review. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, your name made me sneeze.
Oh, that was a real thing. I thought you were joking.
No, it was real sneeze. Vibrated my nasal passages.
That would have been amazing. I'm like, damn, that's some good acting.
No.
Hooniverse review.
Oh, the Hooniverse. Okay,
Hooniverse.
Got it.
Oh, Doctor Who. Oh,
got it. Okay,
I'm not a fan of Doctor Who.
I'm right there with you, Gio.
I've tried so many times. I can't get into it.
I can't get into it. I just, he goes around in a telephone booth. Ooh, he's got a little screen. Whatever. It's cute.
Jaws and Back to the Future are getting 4Ks. That's true. Next year.
Yep, I can't wait. Back to the Future being my favorite franchise of all time.
Ah.
Love Back to the Future.
I heard, speaking of Back to the Future, I heard this podcast that had the actor that plays Marty McFly's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Crispin Glover?
Crispin Glover, yeah. I didn't know this until I heard the podcast. That wasn't him in the second Back to the Future movie.
Nope,
they used a mold of his face and made like features of his face and put it on a different actor and made that actor also disguise his voice to be Crispin Glover.
Mm-hmm.
And Crispin Glover,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Crispin Glover sued the company over it.
That's
Why-
true.
Why didn't they use Crispin Glover other than the fact that he's a whacked out weirdo?
Yeah.
I don't know the details, but that was basically the gist of the story. Was like, I didn't know this either.
Was
Yeah, it was a different actor that they put prosthetics on his face to make him look like Crispin Glover and had him imitate his voice. And then he sued them over that. I'm guessing for wages, or I'm sure there's some kind of weird thing in the entertainment business that breaks the law on, and won. So
was he in? I don't even remember 3. Was Crispin Glover in 3?
I think he only did the first movie.
Oh, I remember his Letterman appearance. That was crazy. Did anybody ever see that?
They talked about it, but he described it as, I will not confirm or deny that I was ever on the Letterman show. So I wanted to know what that was about.
Oh, he was on Letterman. This was a long time ago. This may have been pre Back to the Future. What year was Back to the Future? When did that come out?
84?
83?
85.
Okay.
85.
Okay, so sometime in the early 80s. So Letterman had Crispin Glover on, and Glover had already sort of lost his mind by then. And Letterman's sitting there behind his desk, and they're having a a conversation. And Glover kind of went off on this rant about all the things that he could do, and he got up and he said, "And I can kick. And he got up and he gave a big kick right towards Dave's face. Like, Glover's really tall. So he stood up. I don't know how tall Glover is, but he's tall and thin, and he had tennis shoes on. He gave a big kick right toward Dave's face. And Dave said, that's it, in the middle of the show, and walked off the show in the middle of the show with Glover just sitting there right in the middle of the show. And that, you must be able to YouTube it. And then he got shuttled off the show, and Dave came back. But I mean, boom, that was the end of the interview. I can kick, and he kicked Dave almost in the face.
Did he ever come back after that? I don't think he did, right?
Onto the show? Oh, yeah. No, I think he left the show, actually.
No. I mean, did he ever make another appearance on David Letterman's show?
Not to my knowledge.
I think that was it, right?
Yeah, I can kick. The Letterman appearance was in 1987. Hooniverse says.
Nothing's as good as when you used to have Harvey Picar on the show.
Oh my God, Harvey Picar was so great.
Those are some of the most messed up interviews I think I've ever seen. And it's an indie comic book creator.
I love Picar's comics.
If anybody hasn't, go out and watch American Splendor, the Harvey Picar story.
That's a great movie.
Wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti, right? That's the actor.
Paul Giamatti. I don't know if it's really him or not, because I think they just found Harvey Picar because he did such a great job. You don't see him, you see Harvey Picar.
Oh, American Splendor, such a good comic book.
Yeah.
And that movie's great too.
And he had a lot of records.
Yes, he did. Jazz aficionado.
Was he really?
Yeah. Master. He was a master jazz collector and knew tons of stuff, did tons of writing on jazz. He died way too soon. That's one of the deaths that affected me the way that Darwin Cook affected you, Lou. That affected me because I started reading his comics from an early age when, like, R. Crumb was drawing them. They were friends, and Robert Crumb would illustrate his comic books when they both lived in Cleveland from the early days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That really affected me. He was so oh God, I loved his comics. So we also have some news about movies.
Yeah.
That I didn't know about.
Our chat's favorite Marvel movie, the Ant-Man series, is getting a third film. So it is officially a trilogy of Ant-Man.
I love Ant-Man. Why doesn't anybody like Ant-Man?
Yes or not, we will go to bat for those movies, man.
I love that.
They're fun films.
Sure. Okay.
I would watch Ant-Man 1 and 2 8 times over before I watch Captain Marvel.
So yeah, we are getting a third film, and same director, same crew. So yay for them.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Mikhail, however you pronounce it. What's wrong with Ant-Man? Ant-Man.
I just have fun at those movies. They're just super fun.
They're fun family films. That's what they are. They're the fun family films of the
yeah, they're yeah, okay. They're fun.
They are.
I just don't like the comedy writing on those movies, because especially the second one, because they tried to literally imitate whatever worked on the first one and just do it again on the second one, and I didn't think it was as funny, in my opinion, especially with Peña's character and the other guys.
Oh, he's great.
Nah,
man, I love. If I owned any Marvel movies, I would own those too, but I don't have to because I'm gonna have Disney Plus, so I'll just turn them on.
That's a good point.
And Jeff will be able to watch Ant-Man all he wants.
Ant-Man and Wasp. I love me some Wasp.
They're good.
Oh God, no! Stop with the Ant-Man movies.
Here comes the more hate.
God, the only Hispanic character in the Marvel universe, and they portray him as an asshole.
No, he's a great guy.
I hate Michael Pena in those movies.
Oh, he's awesome.
Oh God.
I think they used it one too many times in the second film.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say that. I think they used it one too many times. I love those movies. They're fun. In fact, I'll probably watch the second one tonight again.
We need better representation of Hispanics in the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get it. When we get Miles, we'll get it.
I agree. Or White Tiger.
Yeah, well, Gio, you keep holding out to that dream, man. That ain't happening.
Or Kyle Rayner.
Or Kyle Rayner.
I will. The Red Ghost will show up before White Tiger shows up in a Marvel film.
Oh, I know. I heard some good news. My daughter is thrilled about this.
Ooh.
That the Game of Thrones guys are off of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
My daughter is thrilled about that because there's nobody on planet Earth more disappointed in that finale than her, and she is thrilled that Star Wars is now not going to be done by those guys. She was disappointed.
Did you guys hear about when they appeared, like right before that announcement happened? Those two guys appeared at a movie premiere, and they did like a little piece before the movie came out, and like questions and answers, and they went on and on about their time at Game of Thrones and how they basically just told everybody, we fucked up. We didn't care about the story. We never read the books. We never thought we would do this. Our pilot was so bad that they made us reshoot it, and just laid out all this information about all the bad stuff they did and how they just didn't care. And that's why it just became a terrible show. They never
How do you not care when you've got a major franchise TV show?
Not just that, but these guys got paid, and they continue to keep doing this over and over and over and over again. They didn't know how to. They didn't have a writer's room with the correct way. It was like this is like their first gig, and they didn't know what they were doing, and just didn't care, and just kept failing upwards.
Wow.
Well,
I am glad they don't have Star Wars to do then.
And then like the next day or like 2 days later is when that announcement that they got kicked off of Star Wars. So
holy guacamole.
I don't know. I don't think there was like an embargo on information. It was just coincidence. Like that spun out of them coming out talking about how they gave no fucks about what they were doing on that show.
Yeah,
we dodged a bullet there.
Well, Game of Thrones really started to take a dive after they just ran out of source material to mine. So that's really where it started to fall off. And let's face facts. Okay, I'm going to call it for what it is. George R. R. Martin will die before he finishes this series at this rate. No, I'm serious. Look.
He's not in good shape.
I am a marathon runner. I am Usain Bolt compared to that man right now.
We all are.
Wow.
And the thing is that hasn't even started his last book, and he's been working on this book for how long now? It's been
Ages.
7 years.
7 years, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he ain't finishing this shit. Okay, and it's fine. You know, it is what it is. There are much better fantasy writers out there than George R. R. Martin. He's just the most popular flavor of the week right now.
Yeah, he just wants.
Yeah, he's a one-hit wonder. He's not Stephen King in terms of his work becoming movies.
Well, Stephen King writes like a book a week. That man's output is insane.
Yeah, it really is insane.
Oh, and I'm telling you guys, this in our chat. Castle Rock season 2 is fantastic.
Oh yeah, you wanted me to watch season 1. I remember.
Yeah, but season 2, you could skip season 1. Season 1 can go suck an egg compared to season 2. It's amazing. You don't need to really see season 1 to understand season 2. And it's all about Annie Wilkes, who was the crazy lady from Misery.
Oh,
Like her, she's younger, on the run with her daughter, going from town to town, hiding in different names and stuff like that. And you start seeing her psychosis hit her.
Mm.
So she's going from town to town, getting jobs as a nurse at different hospitals so that she could steal the medication that she needs, while she has a teenage daughter with her. And she's in Castle Rock, which is kind of like the magnetic point of all the terrible stuff that ever happened in Stephen King film, or that entire world is in that town. So she then at the same time is dealing with all the crazy stuff going around in town as well. It's fantastic. I'm not doing it justice. It's great. Just skip season 1. If you're a Misery fan, go right to season 2 and just watch Annie Wilkes. The lady the actress that's portraying her is 100% doing Kathy Bates, a younger Kathy Bates. Like the mannerisms, the speech pattern. It's great. She did her homework to do this. So yeah, check it out.
I think you said, Jess, you didn't care for season 1, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Gabe told me last year to watch it, and I just haven't got to it yet. I haven't finished Legion 3 yet, so I got to do that. Legion, frick! I got the Kingpin action figure, and I also got the. Tyler's not here to rat on me, so I'll rat on myself. The Professor X. Where am I? Professor X came with this guy, and I said, Tyler, I've watched 3 seasons of Legion, and I can't remember this guy's name. What is it again? Summer Thief, Nightmare Guy. What is it again? And I just couldn't think of it. He was laughing so hard at me. He goes, Shadow King. I go, oh yeah. I've only watched 2.5 seasons of fucking Legion, and I'm like,
yeah,
what is it? And he laughed at me and said, Summer Thief. How'd you even come up with that? So I had to narc on myself because that was so funny. I could not think of it. But he goes on the body of Kingpin.
Yeah.
Wonder Just versus Shadow Thief. That sounds like a good comic.
Speaking of shows, they already mentioned it in the chat, but we're getting the Green Lantern TV show that was announced this week.
Is that a CW show?
It's going to be for HBO Max. Streaming.
Yeah. So that means space boobies.
But isn't it the same? It's just from the same guy that did the CW shows, right? It's from Berlanti.
Greg Berlanti. Yeah. So we won't see space boobies.
No, we probably won't. And
what Green Lantern you guys think they're going to use?
It has to be Hal.
No, I would think Hal would be safe for the movies.
Yeah, I think they'll use Kyle.
I'm thinking Kyle also. I'm thinking Kyle hardcore.
Oh, I'm going to say Jon Stewart if it's not Hal.
I might like that better.
Or, well, you can't use Boz. I don't know.
Or Guy Gardner.
Well, I mean, for a generation of kids that were coming up like me, Jon Stewart was our Green Lantern because of the Justice League cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
I remember when Green Lantern came out, the movie. Remember, there was a Green Lantern movie at one point. I remember people asking me, a lot of people saying as Lou, just their Green Lantern was a black guy, was Jon Stewart.
Mm-hmm. Well,
CW is doing a new Superman and Lois Lane.
Yeah, they're doing a show.
If it doesn't have Dean Cain in it or Terry Hatcher, I don't care.
It's the Supergirl Superman.
Dean Cain is a religious nut job now, so I don't think
Dean Cain's out of his mind.
Is he really? What?
he's a right-wing religious nut job right now.
He's crazy.
It's kind of like that guy.
No, Superman. No, it's a Superman curse. Every actor that plays Superman, something bad happens to him.
No. Henry Cavill's doing well because he's on Witcher, and the trailer's up for Witcher this week, and it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, give it time. He's only been Superman for 2 years, or it's only been 2 years since Superman. So give it time.
Witcher looks great, and I can't wait for that.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
But it is a fact, though, or an anecdote that there is a Superman curse with all the actors that play Superman. It's almost like the Madden curse.
Like the Madden curse.
Yeah, you guys know what the Madden curse? The Madden curses.
Yeah.
Any professional football player that's on the cover of the Madden video game, they have a terrible season. Yeah, they get injured or something terrible happens to them.
What? Wait. So we've got Ant-Man as a movie, and what was the other movie? Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yes.
Into the Spider-Verse.
The greatest Spider-Man movie ever is getting a sequel.
Yes, hands down. Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie.
The sequel is probably not going to be as great as the first one. Just saying.
I mean, if they have the same
strong possibility.
No. If they have the same creative team, because Lord and Miller if they are back on this in some way, it has a potential. Because remember 22 Jump Street and 21 Jump Street?
True. Mm-hmm. But that's still though that's one in every 16,000 movies that the sequel is better than the first.
Sure.
As good as the first.
True, but those guys have a way of turning properties that you would not think would fucking work into awesome shit. Like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street. Who would think that a fucking 21 Jump Street movie would be as good as it was when it came out?
No, I agree. That was one of the most shocking things that's ever happened in my life. And I've been in multiple terrible car accidents. But seeing 21 Jump Street become so popular that it could literally, on a joke of itself, spawn probably 30 more sequels.
That movie was funny.
My favorite scene in the past 10 years, my favorite fucking scene that I crack up every time is the realization that he fucked the captain's daughter, and Channing Tatum's face in that scene, he sells it so fucking well.
He's laughing his ass off, running back and forth through the entire police station. You would think he'd be more friendly or more concerned about his friend or the situation. No, he just had to get incredibly overwhelmed with it.
And Ice Cube just sells the look on his face as he's looking at it. Oh my god, I fucking love that scene.
That's how I felt when I first saw Sex Drive. I had no expectations going into seeing Sex Drive, and that movie is one of my favorites.
Sex Drive is good. Sex Drive is real good.
Do you have the DVD or do you have the Blu-ray?
I don't, but Sex Drive I think is underrated. It's really good.
No, you need to get the Blu-ray and then watch the recut that they did of it.
Oh, the recut?
They did it. No, dude, seriously, just stop whatever you're doing and go. You will call me and thank me. It's amazing the recut they did.
I'll check it out.
You have to download it, torrent it or something. But that recut is going to be the greatest thing in your life. And I'm not. This is not even hyperbole. I 1000% feel that you will not regret it.
Have you guys seen the Bloodshot trailer?
No.
I have not.
Yes, it looks like the most generic Vin Diesel movie that has ever been generic.
Oh, those are the best ones, though. Like Triple X? Come on.
I'll say this. For a franchise that not a whole lot of people are going to know about, except really deep-cut comic book nerds, I think they're doing a good job. It's just, it's missing key elements of what Bloodshot is. And I think that's on purpose because it's Vin Diesel and you want to market him it's Vin Diesel in an action movie. If you do the whole white powdered look with red eyes and stuff, I don't think a lot of people would go see it right away. I'm thinking this is a trailer that was cut before the final edit or the final thing. Mm-hmm. So we might see the official look in the actual movie. And if it doesn't happen, I will be really pissed off. So
wait, because I didn't see the trailer. So the trailer, he's just normal Vin Diesel skin tone.
Yeah, he's just Vin Diesel getting shot.
That's stupid.
But
I don't think they will go back and rechange that, because that's a huge change. To basically change the skin color of your main actor throughout the entire film.
Yeah.
I think what we see was what we might. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I think that's the version we're going to get.
They use the nano machines, and it looks pretty good. But the problem is, like, you have a movie like the superhero movies, where the characters are always taking off their mask because you have to see the actor's face.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're doing with the trailer. Hopefully. But then you have a case like which is totally different, but the Sonic movie, which did get re-edited, and the new Sonic supposedly looks a lot better. So I'm hoping that we will see the classic Bloodshot look in the movie. If not, then whatever. It's a valiant movie.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Sonic fans, you should be used to getting crap. So I mean, those haven't been good in like 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh no, that Sonic game was cool though on the Switch.
Sonic Mania is awesome though.
Yeah,
Sonic Mania was good. Sonic Mania was good.
Oh, and by the way, Jess, we are getting Strange Adventures on HBO Max, so we might see Adam Strange in live action soon.
No, HBO Max. Yeah, HBO Max sounds awesome.
And I say for a second time because Adam Strange was in the Krypton show. But that got canceled, so we might see like the proper Adam Strange.
What the heck is HBO Max?
It is Warner Brothers streaming service to compete with Disney and Apple and Netflix and all the others.
Is it up and running yet, or is it a future thing?
Next year, I think.
They just got the rights to Rick and Morty and South Park.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, they paid all that money for South Park?
Yep.
They paid all that money for South Park.
Wow.
I want to see Adam Strange.
Oh, and the DC app is not going away. They did mention that it just because there's HBO Max, the app will stay as is. So we're not getting cancellation news anytime soon.
So all 40 of you that still subscribe to it, you can keep watching it.
What is the DC app?
The DC Universe.
What is that? I forget.
The one with the movies and the shows and comics.
How much is that?
I think it was $7.
Oh, all right. It's got Swamp Thing and it's got Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, Titans, the Harley Quinn animated show, Young Justice, all that stuff.
I'm just fucking pirating everything at this point.
Speaking of pirating, another segue.
Dude, I need to go back on the.
Yeah.
It's way too okay. The streaming wars have gotten to the point where
I was going to say back on the South Park.
Huh?
Okay.
I was going to say back on the South Park thing real fast. I'm breaking up.
No, we hear you.
We hear you.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
No, I'm sorry. That was a $500 million deal. God damn it! Shout out to Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
It's a lot of money.
They made that first episode legitimately out of just cutting construction paper, and now they get $500 million.
Yep. And it takes them a week to do an episode.
Gives me hope that I can produce something mediocre and get cash for it someday.
What are you talking about? You're doing this show.
You reached your goal.
You reached your goal, Gio, without realizing it. Just kidding.
There's a show that we've all been watching. I hope everybody's been watching, which is Watchmen. We haven't talked about it.
Oh my god! Oh god, I have the most massive heart on for this show. It's so good.
It's really good.
I've only seen episode 1 so far.
Oh, it gets better. It gets even better, dude.
It's amazing.
Jess,
you need to watch it.
I know.
You haven't seen any of it?
I haven't yet.
Oh my god, you guys got to watch it. It's so good. What did you think so far, Gio?
I love the idea that the comic, like, it doesn't ruin the comic whatsoever. It just enhances what you love about that world and gives you something completely new that you can enjoy, and a very intriguing story, and it's like super political and super on topic with everything that's going on. I love it. It's breathtakingly awesome to me. And all the characters are really good. I love the interactions between all of them. And of course, Jeremy Renner, and I'm not going to say anything about him, but his performance is pretty badass. I cannot wait to see more of him.
Jeremy Irons.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Renner is the D-bag Hawkeye. My bad.
Dude, I was like, wait, Hawkeye's in here too?
Yeah, my bad. Jeremy Irons.
And he's given a great performance by Gio? Wow.
Oh, I'm drunk. Sorry.
So wait. Okay. So I mentioned something in the chat a few days ago. What do you think about what I mentioned? Do you think that's a possibility?
The possibility is there because they
haven't named it.
They haven't named them, so I could see it coming, especially with the trailer that you saw, because supposedly a character is going to show up later on. I'm not going to spoil it, but
is that tonight?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's supposed to show up tonight.
Damn it! I need to download these other episodes, man. I'm gonna do that after the show's over.
Seen it. I love it. I love Regina King. Is that her name?
Yeah, she's killing it in that first episode.
Doing fantastic on that show, man.
Yes.
He's great.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
But did we ever talk about who we thought they were going to use for Green Lantern in the HBO show? Did we agree it was going to be Kyle? Because that's the only right answer.
I think it should be Kyle. Be pretty cool.
I love the Righteous Gemstone. That's a fun show.
Because originally they wanted to do, Jeff Johns was involved in the production of the Green Lantern Corps movie that's supposed to come out in a few years, and that was going to be a buddy cop movie with Stewart and Hal. So I don't know.
Jeff Johns has gotten fired or let go of so many movies.
Mm-hmm.
But good for him because he got paid for those. I bet that guy got paid for producing zero work for like 3 years, and that includes any issues of Doomsday Clock.
Is that still coming out?
There's one issue left. There's one issue left. Exactly. Because he wrote the Batman film with Matt Reeves and Ben Affleck, but then that fell through also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he wrote it with Affleck, but then Matt Reeves came on to the project and scrapped the entire script, and he started.
Okay, so it was before Matt Reeves. Okay.
Yeah, it was before Matt Reeves.
And did we talk about that movie, the casting, so far? Because I like it.
I love
exciting.
It. I love it.
We got Riddler, Cow.
You're working up.
Pretty solid.
What did you say, Gio? You broke up for a second.
Oh, no. Just excited about it. All the characters that are going to show up.
Yeah, Paul Dano is the Riddler. Fantastic casting. Because every time I see that guy, I want to punch his face in a movie. Who else? Who else was cast in this?
Who was the guy from Westworld?
Westworld.
What's his name?
Gordon.
What's his name? That just brings me so much joy because I know that means that Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, will be black, and that'll just piss off a whole bunch of incels online, and that just makes my little nerd heart just to flood.
Oh, everybody's pissed off about the casting of a black actor for that role already.
Oh, I know.
They've been upset about that. Yeah.
And I think he's a fantastic choice for Gordon. He is perfect casting.
Can we get his name? Jesus, it's bothering me. Where is it? We gotta look it up.
Bothering me. He's in Westworld. He's great in Westworld.
Oh, his character arc was like the best
in Westworld.
Jeffrey Wright.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
His character development and his character arc in that first season of Westworld was the best thing about that episode, or about that show. Mm-hmm. And then the other shoe dropped.
I love the casting of this so far. Robert Pattinson, I think, is one of the most. I think is criminally underrated right now because of those Twilight films. He's really coming to his own in the last few years.
Agreed.
Zoe Kravitz is her, right? Zoe Kravitz is a woman.
Yeah,
perfect, dead on casting. I think if you look at some of the pictures with her with short hair, she looked fucking like a Catwoman drawing.
Yeah,
it's pretty spot on for me. Paul Dano as the Riddler, great casting. Would I like to see Jonah Hill? Yeah, but I think there were problems with like Jonah Hill would maybe have been asking too much money or something like that to do it or whatever.
Well, yeah, he did 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Streets.
Well, he directed
He
from mid 80s, mid 90s.
Oh, that was a good. Mid 90s. That was good. That was
a good movie. That was a good slice of life film. So yeah, I mean, but I think Paul Dano is a better choice for Riddler anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you've ever seen him in anything, he's great in everything.
What's the astronaut movie that Robert Pattinson's in?
Oh, it was good. I forgot the name of it.
Is that a horror movie?
Oh, it's not really.
It's a thriller, or what is it?
It's like sci-fi. It's more sci-fi.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the movie. It was
High
good.
Life. High Life.
That's what it was.
High Life?
Yeah.
High Life.
Yeah, it was good. It was a pretty solid film. You need to watch Good Time, though.
I thought you were going to talk about the astronaut movie that Brad Pitt made that everybody seems to hate.
What?
I've heard it's
What?
kind of boring.
I heard nothing good about that.
Yeah, I heard it was kind of boring. Matt Miranda saw it and he thought it was boring.
Well, I'm gonna watch it and I will disagree. I don't know.
What is it? Ad Astra? It's called
Ad Astra.
Yeah,
it's good.
A
lot of people. I've seen reviews where a lot of people like it, and yeah, I've heard people dissing on it because it's bad. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
I really want to see The Lighthouse. I've been dying. I finally saw Parasite the other day and I loved it. It's my favorite film this year. But I really want to.
No, it's not. You've already said something else is your favorite film this
Joker
year.
was until I saw Parasite. Holy shit! No, Parasite is fantastic. It really is. If you like cinema, it's great.
Nobody's airing Lighthouse over here, and I am pissed because I really want to see that thing.
What's it about?
Yeah.
A lighthouse?
2 lighthouse keepers. They get stuck, and it's sort of like this Lovecraftian silent era type move. It looks really trippy.
Lovecraftian?
Yeah, it has elements of that, like horror, and it has comedic stuff in it, and I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Oh, when you said Lovecraftian, I always thought you meant racism.
That's a leap.
H.P. Lovecraft had a bad history with how he was. In all regards.
Oh.
From my understanding. Either way.
Okay.
Regardless.
And
I didn't know.
Dead stopped. What wait a minute. I did have a legitimate question. Man, I'm way off the tracks now.
Oh man.
Maybe the chat had it in there for me. The moon, High Life, something about Uranus, Lighthouse. Too many characters, Jeffrey. No, it's not in the chat. It's Brokeback Mountain and a lighthouse, huh? Okay. Well, I don't care about that. Very Lovecraftian. Well, I love Lovecraft was a racist. Well, okay.
We know he was a racist.
He was? I didn't know that.
Lovecraft was a racist, yeah.
Okay. Well, he died poor and miserable, so there you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Dr. Sleep comes out this week. Anybody watching that this week?
Ooh, damn it.
I forgot about
I need to see that.
I think that's this week.
I think we made to see. I need to see that for my horror channel.
You've seen the original Shining, right, Jess?
Oh yeah, I saw it when it came out in theaters. That's how old I am.
My first time seeing it was like 2 weeks ago. I loved it.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, I loved it.
Awesome.
You saw it in 4K?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must have been so glorious.
Oh, it looks so good.
Just the blood washing out of the elevator. That must have been bitching.
How was the bathtub scene in 4K? Was that wonderful to see?
Not really. No. That was not wonderful to see. I could have done without that.
It's like watching 4K porn. You're like, I didn't need that.
Boy, wow, she's fucking. Oh my god! Wow, she's really hot. No, ooh, no.
Yeah. No, but it's such a good movie. I love it.
Oh yeah.
That's a movie I don't think I could watch with the lights off. To be honest,
No, it's creepy. It's like the definition of creepy.
and the ending is so different from the movie or from the book too.
Oh yeah, completely different. And Stephen King hates the fucking movie.
Yeah, he redid it. He did another movie
Yep.
with I forgot the actor's name, but where they followed it more by the book. It had like the
To be fair though,
bush animals that moved and attacked, and the whole ending with the furnace and stuff.
To be fair though, Stephen King did direct Maximum Overdrive, so
he's a national treasure for that. Thank you for putting Green Goblin out there.
Yeah,
national treasure.
I think he directed that.
Oh, you know. Oh,
I know you wrote it.
I know what movie I need to see.
Steve Weber. That's right, Mr. Awesome. Thank you. Steve Weber was
what's the one with John Cusack with the room?
1408. Yes, you need to see it.
1408. Yeah.
1408. That's what I need to see this week. I bet Jenny hasn't seen that yet.
Yeah, that's a good twist movie.
It's a fun bottle film. It's a really fun film.
It's a fun what film?
Bottle film. It takes place it pretty much all takes place in one room. But it's super fun.
It's called a bottle film? Well, I need a bottle after it.
You might.
I can use the bottle right now.
That movie has 4 different endings, by the way.
1408?
Yes.
Yeah.
I read the short story that it's based on.
It has 3 cuts and a director's cut ending too. So you might want to check it out.
I read the short story and loved it years ago. Maybe I should have that be the movie of the week because I have something on Hulu right now that I was going to watch.
So you already know the twist in the
I don't.
in the story. No,
I forgot it already.
Oh, okay.
I read it years ago, like 6 years ago. I just remember it's creeped me out. It did scare me. The movie, and it's not rare for a book to scare me. Books definitely can scare me. Not just movies and TV shows and life. So yeah. Okay, 1408. I'll ping her on that. This is probably a good time to mention something that doesn't scare me. I love them. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add another 2% to that. Every quarter, there's an Omnibros discount code. If you order $50 or more worth of books in the United States, you get free shipping. That's amazing.
Ooh.
Yes. Fabulous customer service. I just had a chat with that fabulous customer service this week. What fabulous customer service it is. And fabulous packaging. I did not talk to the packaging this week. I don't know how they're doing, but they seem to be doing well. That's InStockTrades.com.
Yeah. The flaps talking like this.
Baby shark,
Doing good.
shark, shark, baby
Oh
shark.
my god.
I am doing good. It really is the best packaging.
How about
we like to joke around, but it's really good.
Oh, yeah. Omar was here when I got a box and it had a huge ding in it and nothing was touched in the box. Books were completely safe.
Crazy Jane, I love the ending of The Butterfly Effect. The alternate ending. So good.
That first Butterfly, that's another movie that I went in with zero expectations because it was Ashton Kutcher, and I ended up loving it.
Have you seen the alternate ending?
I don't remember it. I do remember that Butterfly Effect 2 was not as good.
The alternate ending is such a downer of an ending.
I'm forgetting. I know that it was. I think I know what happens, but I don't remember. Dang it.
Pregnancy.
Ashton Kutcher got pregnant?
No, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. No.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that right now. I'm out, guys.
I won't give it away.
Control quit.
I won't give it away, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading up on it because I'm not gonna watch it.
Tim Klein recommends Identity. That was a really good one too.
Was that scary?
No, but it was a good twist movie.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a good thriller. And Insomnia. Do you guys remember Insomnia? Robin Williams and Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, that was good.
I just watched The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That was really good.
Are you getting Death Stranding this week, Gio? Or are you gonna pass on it?
I'm not getting games as they come out. I wait until I can find a good deal on it on the third market.
No, that's a smart move on your part. Yeah, I'm 50-50 if I'm grabbing it this week or not.
What game?
Death Stranding. It's
Oh.
a Hideo Kojima game.
Oh, yeah. You were saying that there's been a lot of bad reviews on that, right?
Nah, you would be actually more good than negative.
The only thing I saw was the thing you said where IGN gave it like a 6 or something.
Yeah, it's but that's on the low end. I think on like Metacritic right now, its total is like an 87. It's pretty solid.
I think it's going to be very divisive, and a lot of people are going to love it, and a lot of people are going to be like, "What the hell is this?" Which is awesome. I like when games can do that. And
What's the concept?
You play an Amazon worker at the end of the world.
I play a what worker?
You play an Amazon worker at the end of the world, delivering packages. You know, I'm not joking as much as you would like to think.
It's difficult to explain. It's in the future, and the U.S. is divided into different territories or something like that. And Norman Reedus is in it, and he's got the key to solving everything, and he's delivering a package across the U.S. And
there's a bunch of creepy baby fetuses.
Yeah, the creepy fetus babies. They prevent you from getting attacked by these demon ghosts from an alternate plane dimension. Guillermo del Toro's in it for some reason.
In body only. They just scanned his body.
Yeah, they just scanned him, yeah.
That sounds cool.
It sounds really nutty, and I really want to play it just because of that, of how absurd it is.
I'm waiting for that new Darksiders game to come out.
That looks good, too.
Because Joe Mad.
I thought you said Joe Madden for a second.
No, I said Joe Mad.
Joe Mad curse.
Okay, here's the synopsis.
Oh,
people have created walls and become accustomed to living in isolation. Death Stranding is a complete... No, this isn't it. Sorry. This is
real life.
No, sorry. Yeah. Give me a second. I was reading another
the newspaper.
Yeah. Where's the damn description? Oh, here it is. After the collapse of civilization, Sam Bridges must journey across a ravaged landscape, crawling with otherworldly threats to save mankind from the brink of extinction. And it features a lot of celebrities in that game, and it's from Kojima, so you're getting an epic in every sense of the word, because even the trailer's like 8 minutes long. They're saying like the ending of the game is in the hours of length of cutscenes. So yeah, it's going to be a wild ride.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Wow.
And it comes out next week. So a lot of people are going to be picking that up. I'll probably wait until it's like $40 on eBay or something. That's what I usually do with PlayStation 4 games, because they do not hold up their value.
I have next Friday. Next Monday off because of Veterans Day. I might take Friday off too. Just to have a long weekend.
Yeah.
And it's called what again?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what else is coming out in November? Pokemon, which is really awesome for me. Want to play that?
Oh, yeah. Are you getting it day one?
Probably. I'll probably do that for Pokemon. Luigi's Mansion came out last week.
That looks fun.
That looks really fun. I want to check that out. And there was something else in November, but I can't remember what it was. I think
Disney Plus.
Yes, Disney
Plus. That's all that matters. Life is over after November 12th. There is nothing else to do but watch Disney Plus.
It's the real 20.
I'm only going to watch Disney Plus, and then on the Learning Channel, I'm going to watch Sex Cosme to go to the ER.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I want to see that, actually.
Oh, it's so insane.
What is it? What's it called?
Sex sent me to the ER.
Sex sent me to the ER.
That's
That
a
sounds
show
like
on TLC.
That sounds like a good time to me.
I don't know how I can't watch that.
I haven't seen any of it yet, but I can't wait. Gio, have you seen it?
Yeah, it features cases like just people.
Is it real or is it like reenactments kind of thing?
It's reenactments of real medical emergencies that happen. People get their private areas into dangerous situations and body harm. Yeah, it's weird. You got to check it out. I've seen it. TLC, where you learn about the strangest things. They're not lying to you.
Yeah,
you do learn.
Yeah, but that's where the Dungers came from, right? That Mormon family that had like 25 million children.
Yeah, they have a lot.
And Little People, Big World, about the family of little people. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff on there.
The 600-pound life or whatever.
Yeah, Hoarders. Remember? Do you guys remember? Like, this had been maybe 10 years ago, where somebody tried to shoot up the TLC network. Like somebody went into their offices and like opened fire on them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
I mean, we had bad stuff, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, because of the programming from what I remember, the guy went in there just crazy out of his mind about their programming.
Holy shit!
Try to shoot the place up.
The 100 Ways to Die was at Spike TV, The Collector. Spike TV. That was a fun show.
All right. I gotta get going, guys. Though.
Yep. Okay, Lou, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Comics God 101 on Twitter and on YouTube. That is the best place to get a hold of me.
A Week in Geekdom.
You can find me on my channel, A Week in Geekdom, talking about anime, comics, and a bunch of nerdy stuff. So go there, subscribe, and help a brother out.
Help a brother out. Dia de Muertos, Gabe, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics. And we should talk about this some more and figure something out. But you can also find me at MegaCon in April. And we're going to see about having some kind of an OmniBro thing there where we all show up, including Gio.
Fun.
But that's only like a 15-minute like bus ride for Gio, right?
Hey, Matt Miranda said he might be able to actually make it out there.
That'd be fun.
Ooh, nice.
And you can find me on.
You're not too far from there, Des.
No, I'm not.
You said you might try, right?
I might try.
Yeah, Omar could do it too. If he could drive to Chicago from Tennessee, then he can definitely drive to Tennessee Junior, which is Florida.
And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube and on Instagram, Omnidogs_Vault. So on behalf of this fabulous crew, please give us a like, please subscribe, and peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you to the chat and to all our viewers. We appreciate you all.